Brad Maggard here from MaggardRazors.com. Today we are going to be doing our very first in-depth product review. It's one of the most popular beginner razors on the market. The Edwin Jagger DE89. Edwin Jagger is an England-based company that was founded in 1988. The DE89 is one of the most widely recommended beginner razors on the market. This one and the Merkur 34C tend to be the two that you see recommended in forums, Reddit, blogs, all sorts of places on the web. It's also one of the best-selling models if you look on a lot of different websites. The razor weighs in at 70 grams, or about 2.6 ounces. When we compare this to other traditional DE razors on the market, it's somewhere in the middle of the bell curve. The razor measures 94 millimeters overall, or about 3.7 inches long. When we take off the head, the handle measures a bit over 3.4 inches. Size-wise, this is pretty comparable to a lot of traditional double-edge razors. It's not too light that it feels cheap, it's not too heavy that it feels unwieldy. It's kind of an all-around good weight and size. The head is made out of a die-cast zinc alloy metal. Zinc alloy heads often get a bad rap due to the brittleness of the material. If you drop them the wrong way and they hit the ground hard, there's a possibility that the top cap threading can break. Keep the head clean of soap scum and your razor should last years and years. The handle is made from chrome-plated brass and is hollow in the middle. Longevity shouldn't be an issue here, but we've actually seen some people manage to dent their hollow brass handles. So while it's not made of the best materials, it's also not made of the worst. We give the build quality of the DE89 a 6 out of 10. Fit and finish, however, is awesome. Edwin Jagger must take a lot of time in the plating and polishing process because it really shows. There's very, very few imperfections on these razors. The chrome is bright, shiny, and nearly flawless. The threading is consistent and smooth, and the blade sits properly in the top cap without too much wiggle room. We give the fit and finish on the DE89 a solid 9 out of 10. Something to consider when you purchase any double-edge razor is how much grip the handle has. Now, the DE89 has a very smooth handle, and so online you see a lot of reviews saying that it's really slippery. Well, when we actually use this thing, it actually has a decent amount of grip. Maybe because the larger surface area of your fingers touching the handle, I don't know, but it's actually not that bad. Even when wet, we found it to be reasonably grippy. The main problem is when leather gets on the handle and your hands. That's when it becomes a little slick. There's definitely some room for improvement. We give the grip of the DE89 a 6 out of 10. Most people use the term aggressiveness to describe how different razors shave. What we're really trying to describe when we use that term is how effective is it or efficient at removing stubble, how comfortable it is, and how careful you have to be with it to avoid nicking yourself. Everyone's a little different, so not everybody's going to agree on an overall rating, but it's still nice to at least have some sort of idea what to expect if you're buying a razor based on online reviews. Between our experience and the feedback that we've gotten from a lot of different people, we would consider that the shave from the Edwin Jagger to be a mild to moderate range. It's not so inefficient that you're sitting there going over the same spot 10 times, but it's also not so aggressive that you are nicking yourself, cutting yourself, things like that. We give the DE89 head a 3 out of 10 on the aggressiveness scale. Now keep in mind, a larger number on the aggressiveness scale does not equal a better razor. We actually recommend that beginners start with something in the mild to moderate range, like a 2 or a 3 out of 10. Some people even try more aggressive heads later, and they find out that they don't even really like them. So there's nothing wrong with starting with something like this. The DE89 is a 3-piece razor with standard metric threading. It's compatible with almost all of the other major manufacturers' handles on the market, and there's also aftermarket handles you can purchase as well. The DE89 will set you back a little under $40. When taking into consideration the build quality, fit, and finish, we give the DE89 a 7 out of 10 for value. In summary, the DE89 is a great razor for both beginners and long-time wet shavers alike. With average build quality, spectacular fit and finish, adequate grip, and reasonable bang for the buck, Maggard Razors rates the DE89 an overall score of 7 out of 10. Thanks for watching our very first in-depth review. Hope to have a lot coming in the future. Please subscribe to our channel and also check out the thousands of products that we have available on maggardrazors.com.